Laserfire and Shattershock. These are my channel mascot, and I'm pretty happy with how these came out. It's a pair of customs that I'm still always trying to improve, yet also not make them look too different from what I already have here. Laserfire is based on Combiner Wars Smokescreen, very apparent by his vehicle mode. Granted, the Toy Hacks Autobot logo here is a little worse for wear. Shattershock, on the other hand, is based on Siege Aimless, and while I didn't paint the bottom of the feet because of the bottom of the feet, I still think it looks pretty good in gun mode. Overall, I think the duo makes a great pair. I think these molds really complement each other, despite being from two different lines with slightly different aesthetics. I'm really a big fan of these silver rims. They're absolutely fantastic on this mold. And yeah, while I did just cover up the 38s with some simple black electrical tape, I would like to straight up just remove them one day, like just not have them on there and just have that be a flat blue. But that's a project for another time. I also wish I knew what these were, like where the headlights were on the front, so I could touch those in with some paint. Laserfire is a pretty sizable deluxe in his vehicle mode. Here he is with channel regular Machine Wars Hoist, Power Cores Combiners Crankcase, and Legacy Leader Class Galaxy Shuttle, as well as Core Class Shockwave. Yeah, so Laserfire. I've talked about this guy before, and it just wasn't... I don't know, I didn't feel like that video really does this guy justice. It's really quick, and I wanted to go at this guy one more time, especially now that we're nearing, we're like 200 away from 1,000. Like, that's awesome. Like, we're so close. Starting off transformation on both of these guys is we're going to pull the Target Master off, come to the back here, and we are going to flip out the shins. Then we're going to fold this out, straighten these out, and there's these little grooves right there that the shins are going to slide into, and you can kind of wiggle it into place there. From here, I like to push down on this piece right there, pop the hood back and then down, fold the arms up on their semi-ratcheted thing. You pop them up 2 clicks, fold out the hands on the very ratcheted bits, which there are some 3D printed Shapeways hands that I want to get that give him wrist swivels, so that is something. Take the waist, rotate it 360, take the chest piece here, fold it down, and there we go. There's Laserfire in his robot mode, and of course you can give him his Target Master there, but Target Master also transforms. Just want to split these, fold these out, take this, collapse it down, fold this back, and split the legs, and there we have Shattershock in her robot mode. Now, robot mode for these two is where they really shine. I am a huge fan of how these guys look in robot mode, and the custom paint on them and custom 3D printed parts really make these guys shine. I love Laserfire's head. This is from a guy named Steam Shield, and it looks exactly how I thought Laserfire would look. It's exactly how I imagined him, kind of a generic Autobot grunt look, whereas the chest, having the windshield chest on there with the gold-lined Autobot symbol, really pops. The chest is also from Steam Shield. Shattershock, however, just gets custom paint as well as a new fancy Autobot logo. Where they really shine is whenever Shattershock's in her Target Master mode and you can pose these dudes up. I absolutely love it. I also have custom artwork of these guys, and they can take on that pose extremely easily. The posability on the Combiner Wars Smokescreen mold is just fantastic. It also cleans up really well, like the backpack isn't too egregious on here, and even in like just standing next to each other, they look great. I really like this. Like they're so dynamic, and that's what really makes these molds pop for me. For comparison, again, we have Machine Wars Hoist, Legacy Scourge, sorry, and another couple customs, Blast Wheel, and ooh, my new one, Carry. Articulation on these guys is pretty good. For a Target Master, Shattershock actually has fairly good articulation with ball joints at the shoulders and the hips, and you can also take this backpack off and put it on the arm for a weapon, which is really nice. But yeah, pretty limited articulation, but not bad, and definitely not the worst for a Target Master. Setting that off to the side, Laserfire has standard Combiner Wars articulation. Like I said, I do want to get the 3D printed hands to give him wrist swivels, but he has a ball joint at the head, which is pretty emotive. Ball joints at the shoulders, they go in and out, go out about that far, full bicep swivel. This arm can move just a little bit further than the other arm, or maybe it's the other way around, but yeah, one of his elbows moves a little bit more than the other one, which is kind of strange. And then he has in and out at the wrist, full 360 at the waist. Legs go up that far, they go back pretty unimpeded, but they can go back that far, go out pretty high, they get stopped by their own molding. Thigh swivel, and a 90, no, maybe just a little bit more than 90 at the knee. But yeah, he also has a cut stance, but if you need him to stand on one foot, you can flip this down, and that gives him a flat foot right there, which is a pretty nice little trick about this mold. I wish you could do it on the other side, but unfortunately it doesn't have the same deal going on there. But yeah, no, pretty good articulation overall on these two. I'm pretty happy with this guy. There's not been a pose yet that I haven't been able to get Laserfire into. Especially because being a target master, you want him to be fairly dynamic. So I think this mold works out really well for these two. These molds work out really well for these guys. I love this. This is great. Overall, I'm just a big fan of how this custom turned out. It's one of my early customs, and it's a very simple one. It's essentially a new head and chest with some small paint apps here and there. The target master really gets the bulk of the paint on these guys, but I really do like these, and they came out perfect. It doesn't have to be a crazy obscene custom, because the Combiner Wars Smokescreen mold already fits the bill for the most part as Laserfire. A lot of the paint apps and things are in the exact spots I wanted them to. It's part of the reason I picked the mold. And I've had some people say like, oh, well, customs need to be more intense than that, and they really don't. Like, they don't need to be like that. You can just, if it works for you and you can paint less, then that's what it is. Anyways, tell me what you thought about this in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. This has been Bot's Obsession.